Fourth quarter point lead there.
Well, I was really pleased with our defensive intensity in that fourth quarter. Going into the fourth quarter, we talked about that we had to be really good on the defensive end and rebounding. We had to finish out the game with a strong defensive quarter, and we did that.
Yeah, 28 turnovers. How are you feeling about that?
We had 28?
No, 28 forced turnovers,
Oh,
actually.
oh.
How are you feeling about that?
I was like, yeah, we get turnovers, Yeah, that's good. I'll take it, for sure. I'll take somebody else turning the ball over instead of us.
Congrats on the win. It said, can you just talk about 21 points tonight? I think this is now, 14 out of 15, I think, in double figures, 23, I think, altogether this season. Talk about that second quarter. I said you scored 9 straight points. I mean, the team was down by double digits at that juncture. Can you just talk about that?
I don't know. I just think I needed to go. Like, the score was getting, like, the gap. We can't go into the fourth quarter with a big gap, so I know I had to go and get it done.
Trying to almost another double-double, 17 rebounds. Can you just talk about it again, just being able to dominate on the glass again there?
For us to win this game tonight, we had to rebound and stay on the glass, so I just had to do that for my team and got the W.
My first question is about the theme tonight was honoring Black excellence. You guys got to wear these jerseys tonight, something I'm very passionate about, being a Black woman. I just wanted to ask you guys, how did it feel to go out there and have that, representation before the game? Did you think about that?
Yeah. I know for me, I knew I was playing for something other than Rutgers, so, yeah.
It was bigger than basketball, so I just came out here just playing for someone who sacrificed a lot for me, and it was a lot of people. So, it's like I said, it's bigger than basketball.
For you, Coach?
Well, our theme was Black excellence, and I encouraged our team to give that kind of effort and be that standard, and to go out today. And we talked about before the game about playing with passion, because anything that's accomplished of significance, there's somebody behind it that's got a lot of passion for it. And certainly when you look at our country and the fight for equality, the fight for civil rights, the fight for representation and being seen, there's so many people who have to have passion behind that movement to keep inching us forward to where we should be as a country and what our country is built on and what it's supposed to stand for. There's so many people that have that passion to move that forward, and that's what we talked about before the game, is doing something and going out and having a performance filled with passion. And I think, when we look at the fourth quarter, we played with a lot of passion, and that's representative of what we thought today was a lot about.
My next question is for China Corwell. You had a tough matchup, one of our fun matchups, watching against Walsh down there on the post. Can you just tell me how that was feeling down there? How were you able to get a rhythm against playing against a player like her?
It was tough at first, but, I enjoyed playing against her and also playing against Mott as well, number 20. But I enjoyed playing against her, and it was really fun just going back and forth with her and just really going head-to-head, so I enjoyed it.
Queese, what did you see from your team? What changed? What happened coming out of that long replay review where the team came out and closed the game out?
To be quite honest, I thought it gave us a chance to catch our breath. We've had 8 players all season, and sometimes fatigue does creep in on us. And so that long review, I thought it gave us a chance to refresh. And, those guys were able to get a little bit of momentum, and we came back, and Iowa got a couple steals, Kayleen got a couple of breakaways. We kind of had a little bit of juice, and I thought that that review kind of helped us refresh for the duration.
China, we've seen your team close out a couple games now in this building that have been closed down the stretch. What has this team learned about how to win games here in the last month or two?
Coach always tells us that whenever the fourth quarter comes, be in a position in the fourth quarter for us to win a basketball game. So we're just listening to the game plan, listening to our coaches, and we come out with wins like this. It was tough, but we pushed it out. We worked it out.
Obviously, today something of a get-right game after 2 consecutive losses, including the Iowa game on Sunday. How
We don't talk
important
about
is
that.
I'll
You
move
know,
on
in
then.
Kanto, we don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Iowa.
So how important is it in a game that was back and forth, was tied at the beginning of the fourth quarter, to come away with the 14-point win and kind of get your head on straight in this game?
Well, our perspective is we expect every game to be tough. We expect every game to be tight. We expect every game to be a battle. And as China said, we just talk about the first 3 quarters. We got to do whatever we can to give ourselves a chance in the fourth quarter. And then if we have a chance in the fourth quarter, the game is going to dictate what we need to do. If it's we need to play zone, or we need to trap, or we need to make shots, whatever, the game is going to dictate, what our focus will be then. So the fact that we were in a position to win the game, I think our team gets juiced about that, and we figure out a way to try to pull it out.
And Kayleen, again, the leading scorer tonight in the entire game with 21. We've come to expect that, and now that you're really excelling at the Big Ten pace, what's it like to really be able to lead this team day in and day out?
I'll answer for her.
Okay.
She doesn't think about leading the team day in and day out. She is still enjoying being a freshman, and we don't put that pressure on her that you got to go out here and lead us. We talk about everybody going out there and playing their role, and so she knows her role is to try to get points for us. China's role is to be strong and tough in the paint and get a double-double. So, we don't have anybody on our team that thinks about, I got to carry the load, I got to lead this team. It's certainly a team effort. We've got 8 players, and we spend the whole season talking about what the 8 of us can accomplish together.
And Coach, kind of going back to the end of that game there, is a tale of a quarter, almost it felt like.
Mm-hmm.
What adjustments do you guys make on either side of the ball to ultimately seal the deal for your team?
Well, I think offensively, one of the adjustments we made was we did a lot of a bit more ball screen action, and that allowed us to turn the corner, get in the paint, and make some things happen. We went inside to China and KB, and they were able to get some things happen, get to the free throw line. And that was the other big thing that we did in the fourth quarter, was we were aggressive and attacking and getting to the free throw line. And usually when we get to the free throw line, we're a pretty good free throw shooting team, and that gives us confidence on the other end.
And Kayleen, it was a little bit of a tough first quarter shot-wise, but you were able to get it going, ended up leading the team in scoring. What adjustments do you make on a personal level to start getting going on that end?
I think just keep shooting. Don't let the misses dictate the rest of the game. Just keep shooting.
Thank you.
It's good.
Coach, what does it mean to see Kayleen be able to go almost 15 minutes scoreless and then just have the turnaround that she did? What does that say about her as a freshman?
She didn't score until halfway through the second quarter. Yeah, I don't pay attention. I know she'll figure it out. She did look over at me one time because she passed up a couple shots, and she was like, "I've missed 4." I was like, "Missed 13." Just keep shooting. When you're a talented player, you gotta do what you do. You can't second guess, and you can't question yourself. So that's with all our players. You got to play your game, and you got to play with confidence. And 3 or 4 misses can't, as she said, that can't dictate how you play the game. And so she just kept at it. Same thing with China. She gets a couple fouls. She goes back in the game. We don't tell her, don't play defense. We're like, just do what you do, and that's kind of our approach. So I'm not surprised. She's gone on droughts before. She usually figures it out.
Coach, you led Northwestern in rebounds and steals and also had less fouls than Northwestern. How important is the small stuff like that in basketball games?
I think it's big. You can't overestimate or underestimate the little things that make up the big things. And so we often talk about we got to be tough and strong on the boards, and we got to be aggressive defensively. We got to be solid defensively and make people make plays that they struggle to make. And I thought we were really active on the defensive end, and creating turnovers with our activity level.
Speaking of, I wanted to mention that Kayleen Smichael had 5 steals in back-to-back games. So I kind of wanted to ask
Shut your
you.
mouth.
That's right on thing with the black excellence here. But yeah, I always talk about on the broadcast how sneaky great defender. Can you just
Sneaky
kind of
defender.
sneaky great defender? You know, players think that they're open and she just kind of shoots the length,
Yeah.
the length. I wanted to ask Kayleen about that. Is that just instinctive? You just following the ball? You becoming quite the core defensively for you guys.
Yeah, I follow the ball and I also like look at people's eyes, like to see, because you look where you're gonna pass it. So, and I just go for that and then just go get it. 5 steals.
She's growing in her defensive presence on the floor. Yeah. But I honestly, she's got great length, you know, and she's I would say she's sneaky quick. You know, her first step or her closeouts on balls, her ability to get to the rim. You know, she knows how to use her length and her size and her speed at the right moments to make plays on both ends of the floor. 5 steals. All right.